Audio sync, clap. This is usually pretty synced from the get-go, but who cares? What's going on, everybody? Welcome for being here before. I'm Nam Mushroom, and today we're playing another One Ring control deck. This one was, I cannot pronounce this, but you can see right here, Soul Bag Galade. I'm going to just say Soul B-Mag. Soul Bag, I don't know how to pronounce that. It's blue-black control. We've got the One Ring as what appears to be the main card advantage engine, in addition to some other stuff. Again, I won't go through the full list, but if you want to see the this person's list who 4-0'd a preliminary, check it out in the description below. But I saw this list and thought to myself, I gotta try it. We've got a playset of counter spells. Things I love. A playset of Force and Negation, great. A playset of Subtlety, we're off to a great start. We've also got Murktide Regents in Sheoldred, the Apocalypse, which is like, sign me up. And then a good swath of removal. We get to play Orcish Bowmaster, the Ring, and then we're playing Sorin's Ransom, which is just like a really cool card draw spell, in addition to Lorien Revealed, which is draw 3 cards for 5 at sorcery speed. That is Island Cycling, which I suspect is how we're going to usually be utilizing that card. Because this deck only has 20 lands. When I saw the list, the first thing I thought to myself is, hey, maybe I should add a land. Old adage from like the old Star City games grinders is, when you see a list you like that did well, the first thing you should do is add a land. But because of this card, I'm going to try it with 20 and hopefully it doesn't go too bad. And the sideboard, I'm super into. This person decided to play Mystical Dispute, an extra dress down, go for the Throat Flusterstorm, Onward Egos, which is a great plus side to being in blue and black. An extra Drown in the lock, there's also one in the main, and then some Engineered Explosive Chalices, Hearses, and they even got a Stone of Eric? Is that how you pronounce that? Stone of Eric. It's Graveyard Hate. It's pretty cool. Anyway, that's the list. We're going to jump into a league and we're going to see what we can do with the One Ring. That was quick. We found an opponent. Do we get play? We don't get play. We are on the draw. All right, let's see here. We got 4 lands plus Force of Negation, Subtlety, and Murktide Regent. I think this hand's not quite it. We're nowhere near casting this Murktide. We've got the pitch spells, but we're not anywhere near hard casting either of these. So like a Ragavan runs us over. We have to go to 6. This is a 2-lander with Bowmasters and the Ring, so a bunch of new cards I want to play. There's a Force of Negation with no pitch, but we've got Fatal Push and Sheoldred Edict. So this hand, I think, is asking us to put Force of Negation on the bottom and hope that our removal plays well into whatever it is our opponent's doing. So we're going to do that. See ya. And we'll be leading on Tarn, probably getting a... If we need to, we'll get Water Grave. We'll just fetch on their turn, depending on what they do here. Looks like they don't do anything, but that's a Mire, so I'm suspicious of both Scam and Creativity. Or the decks I think this could be. I'll lead on Scalding Tarn and just pass. Opponent fetches, goes to 19, gets a Zeotaurus Proving Ground, which makes me suspicious of specifically Jund Creativity. Wooded Foothills, looks like they're not going to try to play a Wrenn and 6, so that's decent enough news. And then we're going to go ahead and do a little fetchy fetch. Grab a tapped Watery Grave. We take a draw. That's a Sorin's Ransom. I'm very interested to cast this card. I've never cast this card before in my life. I think we're safe to just play an island and pass the turn. Or our opponent decides not to fetch. They play Verdant Catacombs and fetch with that. Drop to 18. Are we going to see a little bit of a Wrenn and 6? That's a Swamp. So Dalthy Voidwalker. Something completely out of left field. I think our play is to probably just Fatal Push the Voidwalker, since it just dies to Fatal Push, and I think that's pretty cool. And they could scam it, I guess, but I don't care if they do that. All right, we're getting closer to the Ring. We drew our 3rd land naturally a couple turns ago, so that's great. And we're probably just gonna like hope they don't do anything meaningful so we can Sorin's Ransom them at their end step. Because it's an instant, which seems really good. And in a pinch, we've got Counterspell. If I had known we were gonna draw Counterspell, maybe I would have saved the Fatal Push and Edicted. That way I could pair Counterspell with a Fatal Push if I needed to, but I don't know if I needed to. I do not believe... I think this is just like straight up Jund, because Voidwalker is not a card you can play in Creativity. Turns out it's a creature. They tap for 3. Liliana of the Veil? So I've got a couple ways I could go about doing this, right? I could Counterspell the Liliana, which is all good and well, but then that puts me at not advancing my board state. I'd like to Sorin's Ransom into the One Ring. That's the line I want to take here. I could let this Liliana resolve, but then they're going to tick it up. What do we pitch? Becomes the question. Right now, I'm eyeballing not Sorin's Ransom, Orcish Bowmasters maybe as the pitch. So I don't know whether I'm supposed to Counterspell or Ransom here. I think maybe I'm just supposed to Counterspell as Liliana, and like maybe we get lucky and just top deck a land, and we can just jam Ring. But I don't think letting Liliana resolve is a great idea. We're gonna go ahead and fetch for another Watery Grave, just make our mana good. And 4th land? Ooh, not quite. Still, Spell Pierce isn't the worst. Compare it with Bowmasters, but we're really hoping to ransom. Looks like our opponent's just playing like a stock Jund list. Dolthy Voidwalker, we don't want them to cast a ransom, so I'm going to cast a ransom before that thing resolves. Boop. I've never cast this spell, so hopefully I don't mess it up. Oh, they're still piling it out. Okay, I was like, did you just put 4 cards in a face down pile and 0 in a face up pile? Because I'm taking the face down 4 card pile. If that's what you did, this is fascinating. I've never seen a Rhino look like this before. Not a Rhino. Whatever this is. So we got a 1 ring and a subtlety and 2 face down cards. I'm going to put this pile in my card. Okay, no land, but it's fine. We've got the removal. And Drawn on the Lock's going to be very good. Oh, we drew a land. I think I'm pretty into just putting the 1 ring into play here. 1 ring. Yeah, I get protection. I'm not going to draw a card yet. Well, wait, why don't I? No, I already drew my land. If I could draw a land, I can wait. I was thinking, oh, I won't draw the card, so if they Thoughtseize me, but Thoughtseize target, so we're not worried about that at all. They fetched down to 16. Alright, that was the first Sorin's Ransom I cast. So far, I gotta say, that felt kind of good. I was a little bit into that. Verdant Catacombs. They're probably gonna like put whatever they can into play right now. Random Realmbreaker? Sure. I've got a Sheoldred Edict for that. Mill 3 cards, put a permanent from among them into your hand. Cool. Probably let Liliana the Veil if I had to take a wild guess. Yep, they take Liliana the Veil, put it in their hand. I imagine after that they just pass to me. They can't really attack me. It doesn't do anything. Alright, I'll take a card. My turn. I'll take a damage. Cool. I'll take 2 cards. I love the ring so much, you guys. Okay, we'll put Polluted Delta into play. We just aren't super interested in any of this, so I'm going to Fatal Push the Dolthy Voidwalker. We'll take care of that straight away. And then we're going to fetch, now that the Dolthy's out of play. We're going to grab a... Let's just do an island. And then we're going to tap for black and blue, and I'm going to cast Sheoldred's Edict, and have each opponent sacrifice a Planeswalker. And hold up Counterspell. At this point, I believe our motive is to draw Sheoldred and just gain more life than we're losing to the ring off drawing cards. I think that is I think that's what we want to do from this point on. I also don't know if I'm ever going to like cycle this. I think I've got plenty of lands. Do I need an island? 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe I want to just keep making land drops. I don't know. Pass. I love the 1 ring so much. I started out hating it. Not anymore. Yeah, I'll take a lightning bolt, dude. You got it. What else you got? Anything? Nope. On tap. Cool. Thoughtseize me? Sure. I've got 2 counter spells. I don't care if they take a counter spell or a Drawn on the Lock. They're both incredibly potent right now. Even Spell Pierce could be very good if they don't have a land. They can't cast their Liliana through it. So I go like Spell Pierce to Liliana, then like, I guess Island Cycle with Lorien Revealed. I'm super into this deck. Like, normally I'm a blue-white control guy, but something about single target removal that's efficient, you know. So, don't get me wrong, Solitude's amazing, but Fatal Pushing Dolthy Voidwalker feels so much better than pitch casting a Solitude on it. Alright, what did they take here? They took my little Drawn on the Lock? Okay, Counterspell's still up. They fetch, dropping to 13. The one thing I gotta be careful of is killing myself with the ring. That is actually a bit of a worry. Looks like they're gonna put Liliana the Veil on the stack, which is a pretty easy Spell Pierce. After that, it looks like they want to pass, so I will just Island Cycle this card. Boop. Grab an island. Cool. My turn. I'll go to 11. Alright, I'm pretty sure you just always draw as many cards as you can with the ring. Reckless Abandon. If I die, it's going to be to my own 1 ring. Then we will play an island. And we really need to draw like a Sheoldred or something pretty soon here. Or another 1 ring to just reset it. Which isn't the tallest order. We have 7 in hand, so we can just pass. I think we're probably supposed to put Orcish Bowmasters into play to just start a clock. Because our 1 ring has a clock on us right now, which is kind of awkward. Looks like that's their goal. They're just going to try to watch us die to the 1 ring. Alright, here comes Bowmasters. I would like to deal damage to your face, please. Yeah. Alright, cool. My turn. I'll go to 8. Play the... I guess I'll just draw 4 cards. None of those are Sheoldred. It's getting dicey. Let's play Swamp. And get busy. Beep, beep. And then we'll go to discard, I suppose. We will pitch, like, almost all of our lands. 1, 2. And then what else? Maybe a dress down? Yeah, we want to do a dress down. That way we can hold up, like, counterspell after playing Sheoldred, so it just lives. So yeah, let's do dress down. We've got 2 more turns, but this Sorin's Ransom, I'm hoping it finds us something juicy, because our ring is beating the crap out of us right now. We just need to find 1 Sheoldred or 1 ring, and we'll be alright. Here goes nothing. Ransom. Fix all my problems, Sorin's Ransom, please. I've never liked the good guy. Sauron's a bad guy, right? I never consumed Lord of the Rings in any meaningful way. All right, I'm taking the pile with a ring so I can just reset my ring. There's probably a Sheoldred in that pile, but whatever. Oh, I get to pick a ring bearer. That's right. You're my ring bearer, dude. What do you do as my ring bearer? Draw a card, discard a card. Great. All right, I'm gonna go to 4. Sheoldred, I found it. How good is that? Yeah, let's go to Wait, no. Let's put Polluted Delta into play. Let's just play the Sheoldred. What's the worst that could happen? Sheoldred in Modern? What? In the year of our Lord 2023? Shmami? Attack with all creatures, beat. And that's going to trigger Sheoldred, because I get to draw a card and then discard a card. So if they want to take out the Sheoldred, they got to do it now, but I've got, like, some serious counter magic happening. And what happens, let's say they have 3 pieces of removal, which is unlikely. So they're going to lightning bolt me. So here, what I'm going to do is actually activate my One Ring with Sheoldred in play. Because that'll have me gain 8 life, because I'm about to draw 4 cards. So now they need to try to kill the Sheoldred. Which means I can go... maybe I don't fetch first. I'm going to go blue. Hopefully this is right. I'm going to counterspell the Terminate. One Ring, draw a bunch of cards. Trigger Sheoldred just so much. 5 times. So yeah, I'll go to so much life. Wow. I'll take Lightning Bolt. Ouch. And then I get to draw a card and discard a card. I'll pitch Watery Grave. And then Sheoldred triggers again, and I go to 13. This is the best deck ever. I've got like infinite Force of Negations in my hand, so what if I just like played Murktide Regent? Counterspell, Ransom, Revealed, Spell Pierce, blue. Okay, there's an 8/8. Figure it out, opponent. I don't know. Discard. I'll discard Polluted Delta, Fatal Push, Orcish Bowmasters. Hand's perfect? Hand's perfect. Figure it out, opponent. You're dead, right? This deck is super fun. I'm into this. If you want to try this out, because MTGO's All Access is on right now, go down to the description, grab the list, and just take it for a run. Very cool. All right, we won game 1. Let's see, Jund. Let's get against Jund. Not Dispute, not Dressdown Relay, not Flusterstorm. Perhaps I can entertain the idea of Go for the Throat. Drown in the Lock, None of these sideboard cards are looking particularly awesome. Stone of Inch. Eric. Inch? I don't know how to pronounce that. I think I definitely want the extra removal, maybe. What if I just didn't sideboard? What would I ego? Who cares? Maybe Go for the Throat? Just because like they're going to have a good amount of threats. I don't think Chalice is it. I think Spell Pierce is pretty medium against them. But nothing else looks like awful at all. Even Force of Negation seems like a fine role player in this matchup. I think I'm just going to swap a Spell Pierce for a Go for the Throat. I have a feeling that might be okay. Let's just try that. Maybe I want to get the Drown in the Lock out of my deck because maybe they're bringing in Unlicensed Hearses, but I don't know. Let's just try this. All right, this hand, we are on the draw. We have 1 land and not a lot to do. It's not even a good land, so we have to go to 6. This hand has 3 lands, so that's pretty cool. Subtlety can pitch to Subtlety. We've got Lorien Revealed, so we can get another land. Plus, yeah, we're just going to keep this and pitch an Island, and hope they don't open on Ragavan, as usual. All right, go. Thoughtseize? Inquisition. Great. You get Bowmaster. Okay, my turn. Fatal Push. Great pickup. Go. High chance I'll just pitch Subtlety to Subtlety if they go Wrenn and 6. I just want to slow them down a bit. Or maybe my deck can ignore Wrenn and 6. I don't actually know. A Wrenn Emblem is a tall order, and blue-black is not as good at dealing with it as blue-white. Oh, they're going to dash Ragavan. They don't know that I just top decked a Fatal Push. I'm just going to do this now. You thought you were good. You're not good. Sorry, monkey. Get fucked. Bowmasters? This is going swimmingly. Thoughtseize me? Maybe I should cast some Bowmasters. I think so. Let's grab an island and just get some Bowmasters going. They're already down at 14, which is really neat. So this should bring them to 11 because they're going to have to pay 2 life for the Thoughtseize to resolve. Alright, you can probably take a Subtlety. I guess they could take Lorien Revealed, but that seems clunky. Alright, they take Revealed. So I've got 2 Subtleties in my hand still. They're going to bolt my Bowmaster. That's fair. My turn? My turn, and I draw Force of Negation. Here we go. I guess I could, like, not attack, just in case they dash Ragavan. Yeah, maybe I just, like, be patient. I think patience is a good idea right now. 3rd land. Pass to me. Draw. K-Command was that buyback Ragavan? Yeah, sure. I'll pitch Subtlety. Another Force of Negation. Okay. Hardcast Ragavan. Sure. My turn. Murktide. That ain't nothing. Let's see. I've only got Fatal Push in my graveyard, though, so I'm making a 4/4. Their life total's kind of low. Let's make a 4/4. I can't hardcast any of the spells in my hand anyway, so we'll go Fatal Push. Oh, I can make it a 5/5. There's a Lorien Revealed. And then we'll take out a Bowmasters, a land, and a Subtlety. 1, 2, make a 5/5. All right, go. And they have to kill it right now, but they can't cast Terminate, so I can Force of Negation a kill spell, putting them on a 3-turn clock. And that's assuming they never have to fetch again, which they might. Sure, yeah, you bolted my dude. Okay, they just fetched, so they're on a 2-turn clock now. Yeah, love that for me. Zeotor's Proving Ground. Terminate. Sorry, no. I have Force of Negation. Do you have Veil of Summer as your last card? Is it nutty? Oh, we got a chat. What do you say? Show chat. LMAO, okay. Whatever the fuck that word is. There's just no shot you're playing all this in one deck. Oh, Salt Off King. I'm not responding. Like, it's not even my account. I'm playing on Travis Hawk's account. I mean, MTGO is like, yeah, we will make it work somehow. I've never seen this level of salt. Let me just hit print screen. You know what? No. We're doing it. Let me grab this. My name's Andrea Managuchi, and I grab things. Yeah. Copy. Send to Travis Hawk. He'll love this. All right, and we've got Hardcast Force Negation. We're done here. 5. And while I'm attacking for 5, let's screenshot this as well so Travis can see it. If none of you are familiar with Travis Hawk, he'll probably not mind me talking about this. He's a friend of mine, and he's also someone that Nikachu talked about because he did a little cheat back in the day. He has paid for his sins, and he has now he's a pillar of our community. So to me, he's a sign that someone can make a dumb mistake and then make up for it. That's who Travis is. So he's way more famous than I am. Copy. I just had to screenshot him the deck that I'm playing. Okay. In real life, no shot. I promise things will get awkward. Oh, where's my OBS? Come back. In real life, things will get awkward and you will miss and things won't go right. I just don't care what you say. You're the one playing just straight Jund. I don't even know if I'm supposed to respond. If this is my account, I go goo goo gaga. Neat baby, neat binky. Yeah, the best thing you can get off my deck right now is like definitely go for the throat. Ooh, it's a counter spell. Not quite good enough. Liliana the Veil. Fetch. Island. Blue, blue, blue. Counter Liliana the Veil. All right, 1-0 with this deck. We'll be back with game 2 right about now. That's how I want that to work. Okay, I won the die roll, so I had to play first. Sorry about the crunching. I'm having a Victory Reese's stick, which is the best way to consume Reese's. I don't care what you think. This hand's actually neat. So I can't Fatal Push on turn 1, but I can use Lorien Reveal to get a Watery Grave, and then just have like so many options in my hand. This is my second game I've ever played with this deck, but I think this is fine. Don't stifle me, opponent. You'd win if you did. Probably. All right, here we go. There's my island. Here's me passing the turn. Bloodstained Mire, we getting scammed? Doesn't look like it. So let's do this weird thing. Watery Grave. Yeah, my turn. Love that. Pay 2, go. All right, they fetch, go to 19. Would it be playing against? Show me with your lands. Use your mana base to show me what this is. Blood Crypt tapped. Could be scam, could be... Creativity would never fetch for Blood Crypt first thing. That would just be strange and unusual. This is going to be like a Dolthy Voidwalker turn, maybe? Bloodstained Mire, fetch. Go to 18. We're like 10 out of... Yeah, I think it's scam with a Dolthy. Yep, Dolthy. Scam Dolthy. Well, I kind of into just Fatal Pushing this, but I'll play Bowmasters first, because this can't block my Bowmaster anyway. Boom. Orkies. Boop. My turn. Land. This game's easy as fuck. Alright, we'll make a black. I'm just gonna deal with this now. Wait. What if I just don't need to? No, I'm going to. I'm not invested in losing a bunch of life in the scam matchup. They can turn the corner pretty quick. Attack without everything. Bring it to 15. I'm kind of insulated against Blood Moon. I'd love a basic swamp, but that's not where we're at right now, so I'll just pass. Verdant Kitty Cats. No actions? Seems like not the strongest scam hand. If their hand's full of Fable of the Mirror Breakers and Seasoned Pyromancers, that's cool as shit. I could just subtlety the Orcish Bowmasters. I think I might. Just to like make them do it again. Maybe I pitch Force of Negation to the subtlety and have the other subtlety. Yeah, I like that. Another option is I could have, maybe I draw a land and then I can use the Force of Negation to protect Sheoldred, but it's not going to protect it from Fury necessarily. I guess it would protect it from the Undying Malice part of the deck, but I just want to do this. I'm doing this. This is happening. All right, opponent fetches. Oh, they're going to put the Orcish Bowmasters on top. I get it. Boop. You can try that again next turn. We're going top. They probably really need this Bowmasters because I imagine they want to get a Seasoned Pyromancer into play ASAP. They put it on top and I draw land, so that's pretty great. Go to combat, we'll attack with the homies. Boom, boom, beep, beep. And then I'm at an impasse now because I can do one of two things. I can hold up Subtlety to try to counter the Orcish Bowmasters, or I can just hardcast Sheoldred. Hardcasting Sheoldred plays directly into a Terminate or something, but the Subtlety line plays into a Thoughtseize. Now, if I think about it, they haven't Thoughtseized me yet, and they've had 2 windows to do so. They put that Blood Crypt into play tapped instead of Thoughtseizing me, and there's an Orcish Bowmaster on top of their library, telling me that they don't have access to Thoughtseize. So I'm going to hold this Sheoldred. And I will use Flooded Strand to go get myself a little Watery Grave and Subtlety the Bowmasters. And just keep nickel and diming their life total. Dauthi, I'll fetch. Watery Grave, shock, yes. Dauthi resolves. Now what? Nothing? They're probably going to Bowmaster me in my upkeep again, where I'll just hardcast Subtlety and attack them for 2 and just keep that train rolling. Oh, I just draw a counterspell? Okay. Combat time. Okay, boop, boop. Boop, boop. You want to do that again, buddy? Here's a Subtlety. Alternatively, I could have pitched Counterspell to pitch cast Subtlety and then cast Sheoldred, but I don't know. I think putting a 3/3 in place is pretty cool. It, of course, gets just completely donked by Fury Scam, but I don't think that they have that. And they put Orcish Bowmasters back on top, which is great. They go to 9. Your turn. We put that into play tapped. They're going to just jam Orcish Bowmasters. Probably take out my Bowmaster, which makes a lot of sense. Youch. Now what? Crack Dauthi to do what? What do I have under a Dauthi right now? Fatal Push? Are you going to push Subtlety? That would make a fair amount of sense. Oh, you're going to get my Orcish Bowmasters. That's pretty smart. To take out my Orc token? And then make your Orc a 2/2? Heads up play. I don't hate it. My turn. Vista, cool. We're going to attack you for 3. Alright, as of right now, their clock is slow. Like, my clock's just faster. I think I'm just gonna, like, wait to play Sheoldred. They have to have something in their hand, I think. They could not, I guess, but, like, playing the Sheoldred seems a tad greedy, since on the floor right now, I'm just winning this race, no matter what way you cut it. And this counterspell is gonna let me keep doing that, so I'll pass. Also, I have the upside of drawing a 6th land, and if they don't do anything, I can just play Sheoldred with the counterspell up. How do you beat that? Cool, Castle Locthwain does not have text, you will die. You're gonna channel Sokenzan? Sure. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My clock's still faster by like a kind of a lot. Yep, youch. Alright, what now? Is the last card in your hand Bolt, maybe? Who cares, I'll counter it. Alright, that's a 1 ring. Wow. Boop, 3. Alright, now I'm pretty sure they've only got 1 left in their hand. If I play the 1 ring, I could draw a card, and if it's a land, I can hold up Counterspell, and that is awesome. But if I play the 1 ring, and they kill my Subtlety, we start to sweat a lot. They're going to draw up to 2 cards in hand, say 1's a land, they play it. Then they can activate Castle Locthwain, draw a card, lose 2 life, go to 1. It's not going to change their clock off Subtlety at all. I think this is the most important turn in the game for me, is what I do here. I think I'm gonna do nothing. Maybe that sounds crazy, but like the ring plays into their Bowmaster pretty hard, and they've got 2 copies of it. I'm just not gonna take an action. Cast another Bowmaster? What does that do to my life total? They get 1, 2 more power, which means they can, and then they hit me for 1, so I go to 8. And then they can attack me for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's exact damage. So I am forced to counterspell this and hopefully they don't draw anything good. Maybe I should have played Sheoldred there. Maybe I'm being way too cautious. Tap land so they get one more shot with this Castle Locktwain. Do you find a way to kill Subtlety? Thoughtseize? Okay, they die. Cool. We're going to game 2. All right. We got lucky. We won, but I think I was maybe supposed to play the Sheoldred. I'm not really sure there. I'm glad it worked out. Unlicensed Hearse is probably good against Scam. Chalice, probably not so much. EE, not so much. Stone of Erink, or whatever the hell this is, probably pretty good. Go for the Throat, probably pretty good. Mystical Dispute, no. Dress Down, probably fine. Drawn on the Lock, eh. Onward Ego, eh. Maybe just like these 4, and like I'll cut Spell Pierce plus what? Spell Pierce, maybe a pair of Force of Negation, and maybe like a Bowmaster. Bowmaster's good against them, but I don't think I want to like draw all my copies in this matchup or anything. So yeah, we'll take out a Pierce, 2 Forces, Bowmaster for Go for the Throat, Stone, and 2 Hearse. That seems fine. All right, we've got land, Fatal Push, we can deal with the Ragavan, Sheoldred Edict. So this hand is notably weak to a Grief Scam, but we're generically kind of weak to Grief Scam anyway. I think we keep this hand. Also, like, we're going to keep most 7s that are at least somewhat put together, because Grief Scam's going to tear us apart pretty quickly. So let's try it. All right, Ragavan, perfect. We've got the push. So we are happy. Because of the upside of drawing Counterspell, I will start by just taking a bit of pain to get this land into play, and we'll take out Ragavan. I would like to cast this. Killing Ragavan, please. Goodbye, Ragavan. Go. All right, Bloodstained Mire and Fetch. Are we seeing a Dothy? A bit of an Inquisition. Probably going to take my Sheoldred Edict. No, my Sorin's Ransom, I have to imagine. I don't know. I don't know what they take here, actually. If they're going to play another Ragavan, they take Sheoldred's Edict. And that's precisely what they do. Okay. My turn. Come on, Fatal Push. Close. Good enough. Bowmasters. Beep. 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 Get out of here, dude. You're done. Christmas is canceled, Ragavan. All right, go. That was a great draw. Better than Fatal Push, actually. Now I have 2 power in play. Blood Moon. Outstanding. We have a basic island in our hand. This is going great. I like this deck a lot. All right, Punk. Here I come. 2. Figure it out. Go. Dash Rags? 3 Ragavan hand? I guess so. I guess they could find Counterspell, so here it like makes sense to just cast Sorin's Ransom, I think. I'll tell you what, this is the 3rd time I've cast Sorin's Ransom. I am in love with this card. Wow. I think I'm going to take the face down pile just because I've got no hope of ever casting Sheoldred the Apocalypse. So I'm just going to choose pile 2 and see what they stuffed under there for me. A basic island and a ring. All right, you're my ring bearer, dude. What does that mean? Can't be blocked. No. What does it do? Ring bearer is legendary and can't be blocked by creatures with greater power. Sure. All right, Ruggy Rug, what do you hit? Ooh, lucky. They can't do anything with that. That is the Lorien revealed. Dothy? Sure. All right, it's all coming together. I mean, island, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ring. Draw a card. Cool. Attack. Take 2. Go. Now I'm just going to draw a billion cards. I got to be a little bit careful. I guess I have a second ring. I don't have to be that careful. Are you dashing Ragavan? For what purpose? I have protection from everything. I'm going to F6. Do your thing. Okay. Your Ragavan did not deal damage. You sure did spend that mana, though. And you Fatal Pushed my Orcish Bowmaster. Sure. Crack Dothy? Make my Orcish Bowmaster? Sure, dude. This is not a display of strength. Although, them having a Orcish Bowmaster is actually a little bit sad. Let's see what we can do. What we really need to do is handle this Orcish Bowmaster. That's getting dicey. I take back everything I said. This is sketchy. We've got a Ragavan in their hand still. I guess we're gonna take cards, let Bowmaster just like make big power. And then we'll play Watery Grave. And then I think we need to cast Ransom. Potentially. Let's see. If they attack us for 4, 5, 6, we go to 7. Lose 2, go to 5. I'm not sure what the right play is here, but I think it involves casting Sorin's Ransom. I think we need to do some damage control here. You know, alternatively, let's just I take it back. Let's actually just get a ring in play. Stem the bleeding from the first ring immediately. Get our protection. And then maybe cycle the Lorien Revealed. We'll see if we can't. All we need to do is deal with the Bowmaster, which is kind of not too bad. And I think that means we also need to take one draw with the One Ring, give them more power. That's not very good. Yep. But you can't hit me with it. And then I'll island cycle this. I'll grab an actual island because we're playing under a Blood Moon right now. Okay, I take one. Ooh, it's so dicey. This is so bad. So I only have one black, meaning Sorin's Ransom isn't that great because I'm looking for removal, right? Ugh. I think our opponent actually big brained us. This Bowmaster play was mint. I liked it a lot. Let's draw 2 cards. We got to do something here. Drowning the Lock's not bad. Take the Pain, and then we'll play Island. Oh, we've already played land. So we're gonna pass the turn, pitch a bunch of lands, and this Drowning the Lock's probably gonna have to take out an Orc army awkwardly, because that's a lot of damage. All right. Luckily, we can Drown the Lock and Counterspell, so that's not nothing. All right, let's handle this thing, I guess. Well, that's 6, 7, 8. No, I will die. I'm just gonna handle this now. I'll take 2, and you get to see a thing. Don't find one of my black removal spells. Cool, it's a Vista. Don't want that. Yes. Oh, how great. Counterspell. No, thank you. All right, here's to hoping. I take 2. That's so bad. I'm casting Ransom. All right, we're probably going to choose the Subtlety plot pile just to get some blockers going. I have no clue what's under here, but I know that I can cast Subtleties. So let's play an island. And then, yeah, I guess we pass the turn. You know, looking at it, I think we have gotten a little unlucky, which is kind of weird to say. We've drawn so many cards off rings. But we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Looks like 12, 13, 14. Out of the 29 cards left in our deck, 6 of them are lands. Wait. 5 of them are lands. That's a Prismatic Vista. We've got like no lands left in our deck. Just FYI. Okay, so they're going to try to kill us just with our own One Ring. So we'll cast a Subtlety. Draw. Yep, I take damage. I'm taking 2. It hurts. Another One Ring. Okay, that's quite good, actually. We can breathe a little bit. We'll play this. We'll go to combat, because we need to do something about their life total. We'll attack for 3, and then we will tap all of our... Wait. We can do it a little better. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll cast another One Ring. And this will stem the bleeding substantially. Now we won't die to our own ring. Now we can't draw any more cards off of it, but we do have them on a tight clock. We have to be super careful though. We have to hope that our natural draws are good to us. All right, here comes Subtlety. I'm just casting it. 6 power in play seems fine. My turn. I take no damage because there's no burden counters. Lorien Revealed. Not great. Not great at all. All right, if they don't have Bolt, we can try to just straight up race them right now. We can attack them for 6 and then attack them for 6, and they can only attack us for 3. Alternatively, we can attack them for 3 and then attack them for 3 and attack them for 3 and attack them for 3, giving them 2 extra draw steps. I think we need to like pump on the gas here. Accept dying. I think we need to accept dying to Bolt and just get busy. Go. 4, tap 4, cast the One Ring. Ew. Gross and nasty. That's bad for us. All right, we're going to 1, I guess. Force of Negation doesn't do a lot. Dothy, sure. Looks like we got a game 3 coming here. That was a bad series of events. Ooh. Ho ho. How the turns have tabled. That's an Orcish Bowmaster. All right, I guess we can technically keep playing. All right. Orcish Bowmaster in response. Kill your... Oof. No, the Dothy will kill me. I should have waited, maybe? No, because they would just attack with Dothy, right? I'm gonna do this anyway. Who cares? Who cares? Boop. Ping. Oh yeah, there's another trigger. What happens here? Oh, I could have killed the Dolthy. I'm a raging idiot. I could have put both points of damage on the Dolthy Voidwalker and been fine. Ooh, that hurts. That stings. Died to my own player. Kill Ragavan, I guess. I always forget that Bowmaster has an ETB trigger. Oh, this is a tight game. I think I had the tools to win this game. They're very sad. Oh, look. I don't have a creature with shadow. I can't block. Oh, okay. Game 3. Game 3. I think we're more or less fine with our sideboarding. You know what? I take that back. I do want to change one thing, because something nice about Orcish Bowmaster is that it can kill Orcish Bowmaster, which I think I'm invested in. Maybe Drawn on the Lock is like... Is it good? What do I want? I'll cut Hearse. I'll play one Hearse. I'm gonna get weird. Let's go. I would love to be on the play. Let's see. 3 lands. Drawn on the Lock. Can't kill a Ragavan. I don't like that I can't kill a Ragavan. I also don't like that there's 2 Lauren Revealeds in my hand. This hand doesn't do enough. Mulligan. This hand also can't really deal with a Ragavan. Do I keep this? I don't think we're going to 5. It seems fine. We just hope we don't get Ragavan, but we got Subtlety, so let's try it. Hopefully it doesn't get too dicey. I've got a basic swamp, so we'll cut Misty. And then we'll do a tapped Watery Grave. Go. Reese's Stick. Nom 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 nom. Nom. No Ragavan. No! No! Damn it. Fine. Alright. Go. Yucky. Ow. I take 2, go to 18. Unlicensed Hearse. Gross. Thought sees me. Okay. This is falling apart. I feel very foolish. They gotta take Drawn on the Lock, right? Alright, they play Verdant. Are they gonna play my Unlicensed Hearse? If they're gonna play my Unlicensed Hearse, taking Drawn on the Lock's kind of weird because they can just Hearse themselves to mitigate the issue, but what do I know? Alright, fetch. We'll get an island because we got a swamp so we can play around Blood Moon fairly well. Okay. Now we can play around Blood Moon really well. We've got the swamp. We probably need to get second swamp. Nah, the only double black in our deck is Sheoldred, but Sheoldred's so good. For now, we're just gonna pass. Yep, they're gonna take out my cards from the graveyard for some reason. That doesn't make any sense. I'm a Drawn on the Lock deck. Empty your graveyard, not mine. Alright, Monkey's running this game. Monkey is boss. Nothing good, nothing good. Let's go, let's go. It's a... Uh-oh. Well, that's stinky. That's my fucking Sheoldred, dude. That's not cool. Yeah, I guess. Alright, we'll fetch. I guess we're gonna grab an island, because now I'm rocking on Subtlety. One of my shoulders is gone. And we'll cast Sorin's Ransom. Alright, we're taking the face down pile because we already have Subtlety, so if it's 2 lands, so be it. Oh, wow. That's pretty good. Okay. Okay. My turn. Yeah, you got it. My stuff's gone. It's making this Murktide look bad. Yep, I take some pain. Oh, I can auto-war my own Sheoldred. Hold on. Hold up. Alright. It just got interesting. We're definitely playing this swamp. It's better here. I think I kind of just want to get the ring into play. I think Murktide's like kind of on pitch to Subtlety duty to block an Orcish Bowmasters from getting in our way. Yeah, I think I'm just going to play ring. Let's get that going. I have protection. I'm going to draw my card now to play around Bowmaster. Okay, yeah, that's just happening. And then I will pass. They're going to gain 2 life. Please do not Blood Moon me right now. Yep, you got it. My graveyard is gone. Yep, fetch and crack. Sure. Grief. The One Ring. Stinky. Ring battle. Theirs is better because they have a Sheoldred. Alright, I untap, I take 1 off the ring, and then 2 off Sheoldred and go to 7. And then I'll play School at Water's Edge. And... Yep, there's only really one thing to do. Here's Sheoldred of my own. I will now draw cards because you do not have access to the thing. Yep, those all happen. All right. It's so dicey. Now I need to beat their Sheoldred, which probably involves just putting it back in my hand with Otawara. Meaning that I need... This is so bad. I don't know if I can actually win from here. Unless they just draw so poorly. But like, I can play... If I find a land, I can bounce Sheoldred with my Otawara, leaving 2 blue up for counterspell. And then Subtlety... Something. Okay, Blood Moon. Does that affect my plan at all? Not so much. Okay, we have a Blood Moon. Terminate? Oh, that's so bad. Okay, we lose. All right, we're 1-1. We're going to the next game. I think I ruined that game. I think I could have won game 2. But hey, this is the first time playing the deck, so don't be too mad. All right, we're stuck on the draw. We've got Force of Negation, Dress Down, Murktide, Orcish Bowmasters, and the One Ring. This hand does not seem very good. We're gonna if I was in the play, I might keep it because I could Bowmasters or Ragavan. But right now, I just can't beat a Ragavan. And the Force of Negation could just be bad. And the Murktide's a bit clunky in my hand. I think we can mulligan this, I think. What am I really looking for? What would fix this hand? If the Dress Down was a counterspell, would that make it better? Let's give this a shot, actually. I think if I get Ragavan, it's pretty bad, but not every deck's a Ragavan deck, and I think that this hand's actually reasonable, so... Because the Force of Negation can carry some serious weight, and Bowmaster seems very good right now, so... Alright, fetch with Misty. Breeding Pool. We're not getting Ragavan. But what does Breeding Pool mean? We're playing against Footfalls. Okay. Force of Negation's cool. Another Bowmaster, sure. Go. You got it, buddy. Oh my god, I can bring Chalice in against this matchup. That's exciting. I am going to unfortunately get an island. I don't want to get Blood Mooned. They haven't been playing Blood Moon in the main as much, but I'm still going to play around it. Yeah, we'll get a Swamp into play, and we will just pass the turn. Ice, great. Bowmaster. They're going to draw cards. This Bowmaster is going to be great. You tapped it. You drew a card? Uh-oh, Bowmaster. Take another. Okay, this is working out nicely so far. Rhinos get closer. If they cast Shardless, I'm just going to Force of Negation it. Cool, Shardless resolves. Cascade? Oops. I'll counter that. I'll exile Dress Down, I guess. You do have a Shardless agent, though. My turn? Okay. Vista can go get another Swamp. I'm not super stressed about getting Blood Mooned. But I think it's close to free to do this. And then, I guess I'll just attack them for 2. And if they block, I'll make another Bowmaster. And then we'll just pass. I think the Rhinos have one more turn before they can Rhino. I will now fetch for a Swamp, playing like all the way around Blood Moon. Not that they have it, but if they did, we're covered. And then I could do another Bowmaster. It plays kind of hard into Fury. But I think I'm going to do it. Wait, I'll feign Spell Pierce. Bowmaster, they fetch. Stomping Ground, they shock. Does this mean they want to hold up Mystical Dispute and... Okay, that's fine. You've got it. Footfalls. Okay, Bowmaster. Do I get to have it? Yeah. Take 1. My turn. They're going to dead a Bowmaster, that makes sense. Alright, so their hand would have to be exactly blue card plus Force of Negation for this ring to not be good. So here comes my ring. Oh, it worked. Draw a card off the ring. Cool. I'll just pass the turn. And now they're getting more Rhinos. So it is super dicey now. Like, that's a lot of power. Our deck's not good at taking care of a deck going super wide like this. Put into tap Steam Vents. They're going to play Murktide. Okay, I think we're just dead now. Like, they went super wide. That's not great for us. But my turn. Boop. That's not what I need it to be. Okay, draw 2. Sheoldred and Fatal Push. Not bad. There's Sheoldred. Okay, so I can block a Rhino, push a Rhino. But that's an 8-8? Block a Rhino, push a Rhino. 8, 16, 17, 18 damage. So alternatively, I could block a Rhino, push a Rhino, put Bowmasters and Orc Army in front of a Rhino, and then take 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It's narrow, but we do what we gotta do. I'm gonna set a stop on my upkeep, and we're gonna see what we can do. All right, go, opponent. This also falls apart if they have a Violent Outburst, or just like a Force of Negation or something. They're at 7. Now, if they don't have anything, but they attack us with everything, then they're dead. But them having something here would not be hard. Like, literally just Hardcast Fury, you're good to go. All right, go to blocks. Block a Rhino. Block, is that the best block? If I block a Rhino and push a Rhino, like I said, that's 17 damage, so 18 damage. 18 to make it 14, I'd have to 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And I'm fetching and shocking. Oh no, my math was bad. This doesn't work at all. Ugh. I don't think I have a third basic swamp in my deck, unfortunately. So yeah, that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I fetched to 16, shock to 14. Ugh, I'm dead. Ew, I did some bad math. Not that it super duper matters. Well, no, it doesn't, because I would have needed the black anyway, but... And they gone Sheoldred, okay. That makes me feel a little better, because no matter what, we were dead. Alright, begin sideboarding. What's good against Rhinos? Engineered Explosives and Chalice of the Void are pretty good against Rhinos. I think Onward Ego is probably good. Mystical Dispute might be fine. I think Go for the Throat's bad. Downlicense Search is bad. Drown on the Lock's like medium. Flusterstorm's good. Dress Down's bad. Mystical Disputes might be okay. Probably not, though. What's bad? I think Fatal Push is like very medium, but we'll go to that last. Sheoldred's Edict can get the hell out of my deck. Dress Down can get out of my deck. Subtlety, I'll remove at least 2. Maybe all of them. I think Subtlety is actually just like very bad. I guess it protects me pretty well from like Fury blowouts and stuff. And that seems fine. Maybe I can trim like a pair of Fatal Push because they just aren't very good. Let's try something like this. I'm gonna try this. Boop. Get good cards in, bad cards out. Let's go. You won the roll. Would you like to play first? I would. EE counterspell. Not very much action, but we're kind of a control deck, so I signed up for that. Sure, we'll keep this. And then we'll just play Water Your Grave tapped. We don't need to cycle that thing yet. Go. My turn. They play Catcher Triome. That's cool. The One Ring is a fine pickup here. We'll get Vista in play just to start playing around Blood Moon a little bit. We'll grab a basic. Looks like Island. No, yeah, Island's the first thing we're going to want. Pay life. Fetch up an Island. Maybe we're going to get a Swamp and then Island cycle for an Island. Yeah. And then we'll be able to cast our Sauron's whatever, the draw spell card. Island cycling. Island. That is nice play. That card helps against Blood Moon quite a bit, actually. Let's go ahead and play the Island. And then I think we can just wait to drop the EE on 0 until we see Rhinos. So we're just going to pass. Yep, they fetch. 19. More Reese's Stick. Om nom. Delicious. Go. So they just shock and Steam Vents and pass to us? Okay, I'll go. Alright, first thing we're going to do is start on Engineered Explosives. Yeah, I think we'll play Engineered Explosives. Right now I'm trying to balance the idea of not playing the land first to maybe get them into like either Pitchcast Force of Negation or Hardcast Mystical Dispute. Then I can counterspell it. They think I don't have the land, so they don't fight it too much. Then I play land, now I can crack it. Let's just play Engineered Explosives now. Yeah, I like it. Engineered Explosives on 0, please. It works. Then we'll just play an Island and pass. Go, opponent. Wooded Foothills. Anything else? Nothing? No, nothing? My turn? Force of Negation's pretty cool. I think we'll play a School at Water's Edge and just pass back. They fetch, go to 16. Tap Breeding Pool, their turn. Being very patient. I like that. Good Rhinos players never rush things, which is good for you. My turn. Fatal Push, not the worst. Cleans up an extra Rhino in a pinch. Is this the moment that I try to get the ring into play? I kind of feel like it might be. Yeah, I feel like I'm not doing anything else otherwise, and I can't play Drago forever. So, let's go for a ring. They're going to dispute, which I think I am supposed to counterspell the dispute. Just force a trade of resources. Try to make Murktide as good as I can. How about now? Do I get a ring? I get a ring. Holy crap. Great. Do I draw now? Doesn't really matter. I'll just wait. They fetch. Hopefully they don't like channel besiege you. That would be stinky. They ice the engineered explosives. Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They hardcast Fury? Okay. That is a-okay with me. And then I will draw a card with the one ring. Ooh, would I have subtlety'd that Fury? Probably. I was probably supposed to think about that, huh? Soren's Ransom. More cards. Land. Right now I can make my Murktide a 5/5, which isn't like not the worst. Try to trade with a Fury. Okay. I'm into that enough. Blue, blue. 1, 2, 3. It's a 7-drop, so black, that. 5/5 Murktide. Here we go. Okay. So this is not a great Murktide. All it's going to do is try to trade with Fury, but still, that's not the worst. If they try to like bounce my Murktide or something, I'm probably supposed to fight it. Because 6 is a fast clock. That's a 3-turn clock for me right now. Boop. Block it. Can we trade? Trade. Now what? They're going to pass? Great. I'm going to cast this. Ransom? Alright, they give me Pierce and Polluted Delta in the face-up pile and 2 randos on the bottom. I'm just taking the face-down pile because I don't care for either of those cards. Wow, why would they put... I'm taking these good cards. That was an awful way to pile that. Haven't you ever played Standard and had Atris Oracle of Truth, Half-Truths cast against you? It's basically the same thing. My turn. I'll take 2, go to 14, draw a card. Alright, cool. I'm going to draw 3 more cards. I have no fear. I believe in the ring. Flooded Strand. I could try to like make a Sheoldred here. How, you ask? I'm gonna try to draw 4 cards. But I think I'll wait. I'll delay going to discard for as long as possible. Because I've just got so much interaction that they can never resolve anything again, which is pretty cool. So now their win condition is my 1 ring. So I'm gonna be a little cautious. Otawara Engineered Explosives. I don't see why not. Yeah, that's in my hand. Alright, we'll pitch Engineered Explosives, because why not? Fatal Push, and maybe a Subtlety? Something like that? Yeah, this hand looks fine. Go. This is the most lands I've ever seen Rhinos draw. That's fine. That's going to be a no-go, though. Sorry, bud. Alright, I'll cast Soren's Ransom, looking for Sheoldred or another ring. I guess first I'll fetch. Grab a basic island, my last one. Yeah. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Soren's Ransom. Alright, a Chalice and a Lorium revealed in the face-up pile. I'm taking the face-down pile. I don't care about either of those cards. Great, more permission. I wonder if I should just Bowmasters here. Just use the card in my hand since I'm going to be drawing more. Alternatively, I could untap my ring and just draw more cards. I'm going to do that. I don't even care. Let's do it. Untap. Draw 4. Okay, tapping mana. Violent Outburst, sure. You got it. Definitely not. I'll pitch another Force. Okay. Your Shardless Agent's a 3/2. That's cool. Draw 4. Sheoldred, 2 of them? Oh my god. Alright, untap. Take 4. Okay, you got it. You fetched. Okay, I'll take 4. You're gonna pay cost? What are you doing? You're gonna ice my ring? Do I care? Let's see, if I play Sheoldred, it's gonna cost 4. Then to untap the ring, it'll cost 2. Then I can still hold up Counterspell and shenanigans. Yeah, I don't care. Ice my ring. It's good. Okay. Yeah, let's play a land. I guess we don't... Yeah, we're just going to play this Otawara as land. Then we'll go black, black, blue, blue, Sheoldred. And then we'll go activate, target here, tap blue, untap it, tap it to draw 5, gain a ton of life. Okay. 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 I'm in love with this interaction. My buddy Max was telling me he really wanted to put Sheoldred and the ring in a deck together. I get it now. I get why. Here's a Chalice on 0. That's it. Go. I guess I could have played Explosives on 0 first. It doesn't matter. I don't think you have a hope. Alright, we discard. Let's start with a ring in both lands. And then what else? Engineer Explosives because we can't cast it. And maybe an Orcish Bowmasters. Yeah. Alright, go. Figure the Sheoldred out, I guess. Stomp me? Sure. Cast it? Sure. Okay, they got 1 in hand. Seems not great. My turn. I'll take 5 and then gain 2. I guess I'll take this moment to find out what our opponent's deck is. I'm going to Onboard Ego them. That way I can learn about all their spicy tech. They're going to Gone my Sheoldred? You're really not going to do that. Counterspell. Okay. I guess we'll just get the last of their crashing footfalls. But we don't really care about getting these out of their deck so much as we care about seeing their deck. Alright, we got Force. They have a Flame of Anor. We'll keep that in mind. They brought in Endurance against us. It looks like they do have the Besieger, which is pretty stock. Bone Crusher, they got 2 of those, so that's the way to get around the ring. They only have 2 Furies in. They have 2 total Murktide Regents. Mystical Dispute is pretty stock. They've already cast, so they got the full place of Fire Ice. Cool. Let me see here. We'll get the one out of the graveyard. And there's already 1 in exile. Okay, cool. Thank you. So they have no more of that card. And now they have 0 in hand. We got Force of Negation. So we're just going to happily... We don't need to draw more cards. That's stupid. We'll just play another 1 ring. And we'll keep the fresh one. We'll get protection from everything. And then we will pass the turn. Alright, they're tapping for 3 to cast Shardless Agent. That's fine. They have nothing to cascade into, so we don't really care. Okay. Okay. And why not? We'll draw 1 card. Okay. We're just going to cast a Murktide, and that should be the game. Pretty low on time. Just trying to figure out how to play this deck takes a minute. But no sweat. We're just going to play faster. We'll take out Onboard Ego, Counterspell, Force of Negation, Ransom, Revealed. Plus a couple blue. Alright, here's lethal. Go. Enjoy. They go to 8 off of Sheoldred. Doesn't matter what you drew, I have it. My turn. Don't need to draw anything. Ring deals a damage to me. I gain 2 off Sheoldred. Go to combat. Attack with Murktide. Take 8. You got an Otawara? What do you got? Endurance? Nah. Get out of here. Alright, damage. And game 3. Okay. Rhinos, Rhinos, Rhinos. We certainly have the sideboard cards for it. I don't think we want to change anything, so we'll just re-up this exact list. We're on the draw with 2 copies of Force of Negation and a Chalice. We're keeping this hand. There's nothing else to say. This is great. Wooded Foothills into pass. Okay. Alright, these lands let us play around Blood Moon pretty well. I don't even know if they're Blood Mooning us, but we'll go Flooded Strand. Planning to get a... I don't even know. Might make sense to Chalice here. I think I can... The longer I wait to Chalice, the more likely it is they have the counter magic for it. I'm just going to play Chalice on 0 now. Go. They fetch, go to 19. If I get quiet, it's because I need to speed my play up, so sorry. Alright, fetch. We'll get an island off that. My turn. Alright, we'll play Polluted Delta and pass. Stomp me? Sure, I've been stomped. It's stompy time. All right, now we're gonna go grab we'll grab a swamp. We're just gonna go ahead and Bowmasters. Hit you for 1. Draw Murktide, not an awful draw here. Now we're just gonna hang back. We kind of got to contend with this Bone Crusher for a while, but I can, block with Army Token. That's not so bad. All right, they're gonna get busy. We'll block. They pass, so we'll gladly fetch. We're gonna grab another blue source. My turn. Engineered Explosives, not the greatest draw here. We will just pass the turn. Getting dicey. That Bone Crusher Giant's putting in work. All right, they Petty Theft. I will hard cast a Force of Negation on Petty Theft. They Force of Negation my Force. Okay, this hand went from great to dicey really fast. We will gladly block this Bone Crusher Giant. Sure, Violent Outburst is a thing that you can do. I guess I'll force the Rhinos though. Cast by exiling a blue card. Target that. I guess this is interesting. Because this Drown in the Lot can now be used to beat the Bone Crusher Giant. But then I have to worry about that Brazen Borrower. And if I pitch Drown in the Lot, I put Force of Negation in the graveyard. That leaves me with exactly 1 card for Murktide Regent, so it only trades with Bone Crusher. I think I'll pitch the Murktide. Okay. It gets bigger. You kill my Orcish Bowmaster. My turn. Land. We're going for it here. I need to try to get the ring into play. Swamp. 1 ring. Great. Protection from everything. Here is my... I guess I'll just get this out of my hand. Engineered Explosives on 0. And Chalice of the Void on 0. Draw a card. Great. All right, here go. Now we just need to find Sheoldred or something very quickly. And we should be okay. The clock is not our friend right now, though. Due to my awful inexperience with this deck, I've been playing a little slowly. All right, their own Murktide Regent, so the Otawara is going to be helpful. But that makes my Drown in the Lock stinky poopy. All right, I'll take a damage. I'll draw a card. Not left with a lot in the way of a choice. I'll draw 2 more. This is very bad. Watery Grave tapped. And then bounce Murktide and hope that we can get a Sheoldred going just so fast. All right, bounce that. I'll take 4. Bone Crusher is a great way to fight the ring. Obviously, the stomp, if they stomp their own Rhino, the protection from ring won't matter. Hardcast Endurance, yeah, they're doing it. They're doing it the hard way. And this Drown in the Lock in my hand is super dead, so. All right, I'll take 2. All right, I gotta find something right now. Not quite something. We'll put land into play. We'll plan to use Subtlety to block, unfortunately, Bone Crusher Giant. And then the ring will bring us down to 1. Yeah, we gotta get really lucky here. All right, they're gonna get busy. All right, here comes Subtlety. Mystical Dispute, yucky. I guess I could, Does this make me dead? Is there any way I can not be dead here? I could, because Flusterstorm's not gonna cut it. Storm's at 2 right now, so it'll be counter unless you pay 3 and it'll work. Drown doesn't do it either, actually. I think I'm just dead. Ugh, gross, unfortunate. Yeah, no, I'm just dead unless 1, 2, 3 copies go on. Can I make another storm? No, I can't. Nope, our opponent gets us good. All right, we are 1-2 rats. This deck's sweet. We're finishing the league, obviously, so we'll be back in just a moment. And we're back and we run the die roll. So let's see what we can do. Hand looks, let's see, Bowmasters, Fatal Push, Sheoldreds. It's a little land heavy, but I think that we can keep this as long as our removal's good. So let's try it. We'll lead on Delta and pass. Mesa could be burn. Probably not, since they didn't do anything on their first turn. Could pretty easily be creativity as well. We get a Watery Grave. It's creativity, our hand's not great. Counterspell, great pickup. Play an island and pass. They fetch for Jetmirs. So that tells me that we're almost certainly playing against creativity. They shock Steam Vents in, so they must be holding Reprieve. Seems right. Let's go ahead and make a Bowmaster. The one thing about creativity is its life total is under constant duress because of their mana base being so painful. So we'll go ahead and get some power in play. Spell Pierce is an awesome pickup here. We'll play Prismatic Vista, go to combat, get busy. And we'll just pass turn. All right, the Shock and Stomping Ground. This is what I mean. Their life total is just so hard. Run in 6, how about you don't? Little Spell Pierce action. Oh, they concede. That was quick. Cool, okay. Creativity. EE, good against creativity, yes. Onward Ego, great against creativity. Drown in the Lock, fine against creativity probably. I think I like Mystical Dispute. And Flusterstorm can be a fine role-playing card. It depends on what we have to take out. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That might be a bit on the heavy-handed side. Fatal Push is absolutely awful, so we'll just cut every single copy. I like Sheoldred Edicts. Force of Negation seems great. Dress Down seems awful. The One Rings are great. I think I like most of everything else happening in the deck. Is this one of those matchups where Bowmasters isn't at a premium? Probably. Especially on the draw, so I'll cut like 1. Then like maybe Mystical Dispute's just not as good. It can counter it to Fury, which I don't hate, but there's so much of the deck Mystical Dispute just misses on. Basically everything but to Fury. And this looks pretty reasonable. Let's try this. All right. Oh, wow. And they conceded. Okay. Quick 2-2. I'm counting it. All right, we found an opponent and we're on the play. And our opener looks not bad. We have a Ragavan problem. That without Fatal Push, that's going to be typical or Orcish Bowmasters. But we've got our lands are handled. We've got a ring and School at Water's Edge, which is a nice little combo. If Drown on the Lock's good, it's going to be great. You've got a castable Sauron's Ransom and a Subtlety to glue everything together. I think we keep. All right, they've mulliganed to 6. Keep going. Go to 5. I don't want to work for my wins. I want them to be handed to me, like everything else in my life. All right, they keep their 6. We're going to shock in this Watery Grave and make them think we're Death Shadow. Go. Polluted Delta. Do nothing. Could be Murktide. Could be some control deck. Island cycling. I imagine... Yeah, maybe... I think we're going to draw our second Black Source just fine. Let's just grab an island. Just in case this is like Death Shadow or Murktide or something and our life total matters a bit. Yeah. All right, my turn. Another Sauron's Ransom. Don't hate it. Go. I want... The real reason I picked this deck up, right, is because Sauron's Ransom, cool card. Want to play it. All right, are they going to shock this Water Grave into play? No. Are they Death Shadow? Is this a mirror match? That would be cool. They do nothing. Just play a Scalding Tarn. So I'll draw. I'll play a School at Water's Edge, and I'll pass. I'm going to cast Sauron's Ransom, and then try to resolve a ring, I guess. They're going to Bowmasters me. They got a Water Grave. Are they shocking it? Nope, they're putting it into play tap. So this probably isn't Death Shadow. Leading me to think that maybe this is the mirror. I don't know. Swamp. Okay. Okay. They tap 2. Tasha's Hideous Laughter. It's Mill. Well. Black. Sauron's Ransom. We were not prepared to come here and play against Mill. Excuse me. At the very least, our converted mana costs are like kind of all over the place. So if they hit like a Murktide or 2, it'll be okay. All right, what is this? Are they giving us a 3-1 split? Just to like make me lose more cards? I don't know. Or have more cards? So their mill plan does more mill things? Counterspell and Flooded Strand versus 2 mystery cards. I do like the idea of making my 4th land drop. Interesting. I don't know if mill is a Force of Negation deck. I'm going to take this pile. Okay, and what did I not get? Bowmasters, that's fine. I think that was the right pile. Yep, you got it. How many cards are we going to get? I'm at 46 now. And then we're going to go down to, what, 35? Okay, so it was only 11. Because they hit... Oh yeah, that's right. Lorien revealed. Sheoldred, Force of Negation, Counterspell, Force. So no Murktides, but like just... My deck has some expensive cards, which is kind of neat. All right, my turn. Flooded Strand. Now, I want to fetch here and play the ring, but boy does that give us a headache with Archive Trap. But I think that we just like have to play into it, so we're gonna boop, Water Grave, shock it. One ring. Do you play Force of Negation? Archive Trap, sure. 14. How about now? That's a 1 ring. All right, you're up. Island. Oh, Jace the Perfected Mind. I think we will subtlety that. Yeah, let's subtlety that. Cast by exiling a blue card. What's the correct blue card? It's probably Sauron's Ransom because we already have our card draw over here. So let's pitch Sorin's Ransom to subtlety this Jace. We just need to get like a Murktide in play and like start a clock. So we're going to be using this One Ring to draw some cards. See you, Jace. Are they going to put it back on top? That would be weird. On the top? Wow, knowing I have this much counter magic? Bold. All right, I'm drawing a card. My turn. I take one. All right. I need win cons. Draw two. No win cons? Sure. I'll play a land and then keep trying. Wait, if I've got a Force of Negation. If I untap my nope, I don't want to use that much mana. I'm thinking, what if I untap my One Ring and like use that and redraw 3? But I think I'm gonna be a little bit more patient than that. I've got so much permission, I think I need to hide behind it. And is there another Sheoldred in my deck? There is. And both Murktides are in there, so we'll see. Okay, this time I'm just gonna drown in the lock your Jace. No. I'm also like, not, well, maybe I will fetch. I don't care if you archive trap me, I'll just counter it. Fetch. Island. My go. I'll take 2, draw a card. Draw 3 more cards. Man, no little win conditions. Only got 11 cards left in my deck. I need to get a Murktide going like right now. So let's put an island into play. Let me see, 1, 2, plus that to open that up. Draw 4. Then I'll be on a 3-turn clock for my own ring, but I'll be able to hold up Counterspell plus Force of Negation because it'll cost 2 to untap it and then 2 to play a Murktide. I think I need to do that. Untap you, tapping here. Draw 4. Surely. Yep, there's a Murktide. And a Sheoldred. That's cool. So we'll go blue, Murktide. I'll get rid of the first instant. Oh, there's already a Murktide in the bin. That's good to know. Counterspell 4. So I need to protect this thing with everything I've got. 1, 2. Make an 8-8. I've got 7 cards left, so we're not drawing any more cards with this ring. And then we will go to end step. And we're going to pitch what? Lorien Revealed. Polluted Delta, Edict, and then like, and Fatal Push? Yeah, try that. So they're kind of on a 2-turn clock. They don't know it yet. Okay, you fetch. Tap for 2. Echoing Truth, return it to my hand. I would like you to not do that, please. Counterspell. Tap 2 more. Fractured Sanity. And they're just casting it. So I would like to cast by exiling a blue card from my hand. Please stop. Okay. Do not miss this chance. 1 Piscetti. I take 4. Get a Fatal Push. I go to combat. Attack with Murky Murk. Now for an interesting decision. I guess Bowmasters plus Murktide kills them, so I don't need to get this Sheoldred into play. I think it's actually more important that I just play another One Ring. That way any targeted mill can't target me. And then pass. Do your worst, opponent. Please don't find anything. That would be not cash money of you. 1 Hedron Crab. Rude. Oh, just a Hedron Crab, okay. My turn. Alright, I take nothing off the One Ring. Crabs can't fly. Beep. Now awkwardly, very awkwardly, I'm in a weird spot. I don't have access to 3 black, meaning I can't Sheoldred and Orcish Bowmasters. Which is spooky. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm not going to Sheoldred. I need to be very careful. I'm going to Fatal Push this Hedron Crab. And then I guess I'll play Otawara. It doesn't really matter too much. And then do I Bowmasters now? Yeah, I think I just pass because they need to have answer for a Bowmaster plus a way to mill me. So I'm just gonna leave the initiative on them and wait. I'm gonna be patient because I've only got 5 cards left in my deck. So, oh, they die. Okay, they don't have it. Sweet. So we beat mill game 1. That's great, which is kind of interesting because our deck's not very quick. We need just all of the interaction. Mystical Disputes, yes. Probably Flusterstorm. No Dress Down, no Go for the Throat. Probably not Onward Ego. Maybe Drown in the Lock. No Stone. No Hearses, I don't think. Hearses could be good against like Drown in the Loch. But I don't think that's quite enough. Chalice could be good. Let me take a look at Modern Mill really quick. So yeah, other than the crabs, they don't really play nearly enough 1 mana interaction. So I'm gonna leave the chalices out of the equation. Now, I actually don't mind Fatal Push. We need to kill crabs pretty quick. I think Dress Down is lukewarm, as is Subtlety. I'd rather have like Force of Negation. I don't want to cut all my subtleties or anything, but I want to cut some of them. And then Sheoldred's Edict seems a little bit weak. As a matter of fact, I think... no, it can kill a Resolve Jace, which we don't want to happen, but we'll leave that in as a tool. And then we'll bring in these cards and give it a shot. All right, we are in the draw this time. All right, 1 land, it's blue. Nope, we can't keep this at all. And every time we mulligan, you know, we get to put more cards back on our deck, which makes Mill marginally worse. This hand's funny. It's 4 lands, Murktide, Sauron's Ransom, Fatal Push. I guess it can kill a crab. I'm not in love with it, though. Like, I wonder if I just want to, like, be a little bit more aggressive, try to get some permission, maybe an Orcish Bowmasters. Let's mulligan this hand. I think it's going to be too clunky. All right, well, we're not going to 4. So Sauron's Ransom into 1 ring. We just hope it's good enough. Oh, we're going to pitch fetches. No Archive Trap for you, unless you force me to with a Field of Ruin or a Desolation Field. All right, this hand's pretty weak, though. Island Crab. Ugh. Yep, F6. Dispute, your turn late, dude. All right, go ahead. Mill me for 6. I'll go. I guess I couldn't cast Dispute with no land, so there's that. Get out of here. Dispute, you were right on time the whole time. All right, yep, it begins. F6. No, not a Force of Negation. I wanted that. Attack me with your crab, you coward. Coward. Oh, we got a Fatal Push. That's kind of great. I can just wait for them to fetch before I crack the Fatal Push off. All right, cool. Cast, no crab. All right, go ahead and get your land. All right, you're up. Powuda Delta, no more crabs. Are you gonna like play a Jace here? Or Tasha's me, maybe? Dothy Voidwalker, excuse me? Is that a thing? All right, draw, sweet, go. Okay, Sheldock Isle, gross. Please don't be good. Going to attack me for 3? Youch. All right, now what? All right, here comes Sauron's Ransom. I hope their hand's just like full of Archive Traps right now. That'd be really neat. Just never fetch. All right, we've got Subtlety and Orcish Bowmasters versus some mystery cards. Very interesting. I think I'm going to take my chance on the mystery pile. Oh, it's 2 fetches. Gross. All right, sure. Well, shock this into play, I guess. I'm going to try to make a 1 ring, dude. I don't know. Do you have Drown in the Loch? Boy. Oh yeah, I got the beans. That's the good stuff. I like the 1 ring. All right, I'll draw a card. My opponent got me. They put the lands on the face down pile. Oh man, just infinite lands? Sure, go. I wouldn't be surprised if our opponent Sauron's ransomed me with their Dothy. Alright, your turn, opponent. Please have 4 Archive Traps in your hand. I will never crack a fetch. You can't make me. Polluted Delta. You know, I think it would make sense to crack the Sauron's Ransom, to be honest. I don't know how much better that Dothy's gonna get. I guess technically with the ring out, the Dothy could, like, present itself as a lethal attacker. Don't love that for me. Oh, they're attacking me. They don't know how the ring works? Well, that was a waste. Average mill player. All right, take a damage off the ring. Draw a card. It's another fetch. Draw 2 cards. Okay. Here's an island, and I will pass. They fetch, go to 15. We really just want to find like a Murktide ASAP, or like a Sheoldred would be fine if we can protect it. Field of Ruin, icky. Now they can archive trap me. Okay, it's all gone. You gonna archive trap me, jerk? I'm gonna get my swamp. Pretty good. Swamp. Archive trap. I think I'll counterspell that. Ooh, you gonna do the thing? Drawn on the lock? Okay, I can't stop you. You got it. You're gonna mill me for 13. Meaning your Daughty Voidwalker is gonna see what happened. Alright, what do you get? Any rings? Oh no, not a ring. I don't want that. I don't want Daughty to give you a ring. Luckily, it doesn't look like there's a Sheoldred, so the only thing they can really take is a ring, which is not great news. They also got one of my Murktides, which is gonna like, it messes my clock up so much. Very sad. I'm going to combat. They're gonna attack me? You don't want a ring? Are you crazy? You've got one card in hand. Okay, my turn. I'll take 2, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna draw to 3. Okay. I'm going to play an island. All my basics are in play. I'm gonna Fatal Push your Daughty Voidwalker, because I don't need you remembering that you can cast that ring. And then I will pass. Draw a bunch more cards with my rings and then reset it with the ring, and I've got counter magic. Yeah, I feel pretty okay now. If my opponent had just made a 1 ring with Daughty, they would be in like fine shape right now. Visions of Beyond, draw a card if a graveyard has 20 or more cards, so you're drawing 1 card. Wait, does your graveyard have 20 or more cards? No. Does mine? No. Draw a card, sure. Extirpate the 1 ring. Yeah, I can't stop you. I've already got a 1 ring in play, so you're gonna try to kill me with my 1 ring? Is that the goal? It's not the worst goal. So this puts me at Sheoldred or bust. I like that play, actually. Let's see, this gives me 3 turns. Yeah, I just need to draw cards with my ring and hope to find Sheoldred. Alright, it's a Watery Grave. That won't do it. Draw cards with my ring. There's Sheoldred. Let's... What? I can only hold up 1 counterspell anyway, so I'll hold up counterspell. And I'll play Sheoldred. And then... I guess I could shock in Watery Grave. What does that let me have? Fatal Push? Not super keen on that, actually. We'll just put a Watery Grave into play tapped. We'll pass the turn. Alright, opponent, do your worst. I'm gonna pitch a bunch of fetch lands. Alright, Sheoldred, do your thing. Take 2, go to 13. 13 is 2 less than 15. I have a degree in nothing. Actually, I have a small business degree, it's worthless. Boop. Alright, opponent, what now? I think I have to counter anything that they play. Sheldock Isle. Alright, I'll let you play the card. I can still counter it if it's something too bad. Tasha's Hideous? Alright, I have to do some math. What's the CMC of my deck? Lorien Revealed. It's too low. It's way too low. Alright, here I go. Counterspell that. Murderous Cut Sheoldred. No! No, 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 no. You don't want to do that. Well, now my ring for sure kills me. I think. I'll give myself 1 more draw step, but I'm pretty sure I know enough about this deck to know that I'm dead to my own ring. Jace, okay. Game 3. Game 3. They got me. Alright, I'll take the play. Let's see here. We've got Counterspell. We've got everything but an answer to a crab. Huh. I might Subtlety a crab. And then, yeah, I think I'm going to try this. An early Murktide that I might be able to protect is something that I think is worth playing into. If I need to Subtlety, I think I need to pitch Drown. Or maybe Counterspell. Alright, Polluted Delta, go. Scalding Turn. Fetch, sure. Okay. Subtlety the crab. I don't even know if this is right, but we're doing it. Counterspell. Go away, crab. Alright, how many Archive Traps do you have down load on me? What if I wait? No, I can't draw on the lock and Archive Trap anyway. What if I still wait? I'm gonna still wait. Alright, Island. Go. Alright, fetch. Shock in Watery Grave. Counter crab. Cut it out. Yes, you trap me. What'd you get? No Sheoldreds? Doesn't look like it. Okay, go to 4 cards in hand, play a land. Oh, do you not have a land? Excuse me, or do you have another crab? Very mysterious. This card. I'm going to try to use Soren's Ransom to get a protective piece for Murktide Regent. Basically, next turn I want to go big Murktide into counterspell the removal. Okay, so they did have the other crab. Oh, they have to one lander? Okay, let's see what we can do here. Soren's Ransom, black doo-doo. Oh, they're surgical extracting my what? My ring? Okay, that's fine. Okay. All right, Force of Negation and Soren's Ransom will protect my Murktide Regent. I will take it. What did I lose? Bowmasters and Ransom, sure. My turn? Great. I guess I'll just play this Murktide Regent. I'll get rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 instants and sorceries. Pay 2. All right, here you go. Do your worst. Soul Guide Lantern, sure. Careful what you exile. My Murktide might become a 9/9. Are you actually... Okay. They actually made my Murktide a 9/9, sure. This is a rough keep from our opponent. Untap, draw, land, combat. Beep, beep. All right, dude, go. All right, we got there. I'm the 3/2 king, evidently. Let me mark that. Believe it or not, sometimes I go 4-1, and once in a while I even 5-0. But this is the third video playing some Magic Online. It was 3-2. Although, in my defense, this is my first league with the deck. I think I will run this back some more. So in the coming weeks, look forward to like a couple more leagues with this deck, just because I think it's very interesting. Do I think it's better than blue-white? No. I think blue-white's much better than this. But I think this is like, there are reasons to play this. Anyway, that's about all I got for you guys today. So thank you so much for watching. As always, I'll see you next time.